Good morning, everyone. This morning we are going to elaborate a very important subject. The name of the topic is Greenpeace. Greenpeace movement started by Irving Stone in 1971. The motive of Greenpeace movement is nothing but to just protect environment, oceans, flora, fauna, marine life, preventing the nations from and companies also from experimenting such experiments which are grave threat to the ecology, like experimenting nuclear explosion, then different kinds of chemical use, toxification, using the all kinds of in vitro fertilizers and chemicals and pesticides and herbicides in the farm, toxic chemical dumping in the ocean, overfishing in the ocean, all kinds of things. Means planet should be preserved as it was handed over to us. And we should hand over or pass over the same planet in the same scenario, in the same health, same wealth to our posterity. That is the aim and objective of Greenpeace movement, which started in 1971 by Irving Stone. I have prepared 5 points elaborating this topic in detail. Point number 1 is preventing nuclear experiments causing great threats to ecology. Nuclear experiments by all those super rich and superpower nations like US, Russia, China, India, North Korea, and a number of others like Israel, Iran. These nations have been experimenting nuclear energy, nuclear technology, and in the process they are posing a very great threat to our ecology, wittingly and unwittingly both. They know that the nuclear explosion or nuclear experiments, implosion or explosion, both can pose a great threat to flora, fauna, entire ecology, human race. Every single thing can be at very grave threat. Nevertheless, they carry out, and this Greenpeace movement tried to coax them, cajole them, coerce them, convince them, and try to mitigate. And it has been working. America was carrying out all kinds of nuclear explosion in the Arctic region. And it was Greenpeace. Thanks to Greenpeace, America was relented from carrying out these kind of experiments in those regions. Point number 2 is protecting oceanic integrity and marine life. Dumping all kinds of chemicals, all kinds of effluents by the tycoon companies. Those chemicals that they are dumping are all toxic. Toxic chemicals pose great threat to marine life, killing the fish, causing cancerous tumor to marine life and all sorts of things. They force those companies not to dump these chemicals in the ocean and to try to preserve the oceanic integrity and at the same time marine life, the fishery in the ocean. Because all of us can understand that without ocean, this earth would become totally obsolete, totally redundant. Nothing, rain would not fall, oxygen, that we are getting 70% of oxygen is coming from the oceanic vegetation. We will be starving of 70% oxygen, only 30% oxygen coming from the surface vegetation of the earth. 70% is coming from the oceanic vegetation. Not only that, but precipitation means the rain actually falls thanks to ocean. Evaporation occurs, condensation occurs, and precipitation occurs if there is no ocean. Or if there are no ocean, then we should better forget about oxygen as well as rainfall. So they are protecting the oceanic integrity and marine life from all kinds of toxic chemical dumps. Number 3, greener, healthier, and peaceful planet. They want this planet to be as it was a couple of hundred years back, and they want to preserve its sanctity and integrity. They want this planet to be healthier, greener, and very peaceful. Means no nuclear war, no biological war, no chemical war, no cluster war, no oxygen war, nothing. No war should be fought on this planet to destroy the ecology and everything else, human race, human civilization, and everything on this planet. Planet should remain greener. Means we should not actually destroy the flora and fauna, and healthier. It must not have that high level of CFCs, CO2, and all other pollutants. Like, for example, today's CFC level is around 600 ppm, particle per million. That causes numerous type of maladies and numerous type of disorders, afflictions, and that should be stopped, and planet should be rendered greener, healthier, and peaceful. Point number 4, Greenpeace is independent of government and corporate tycoons. They do not get any kind of funding or any kind of donations from the government or from the corporation. And the reason is that if they accept any kind of donation or funding from the government, that government involvement must be there, and they will be influenced by the decisions of the government. They had to comply by the request of the government because government is funding them. So they cannot actually do every single thing that they want to do and they have been doing. If they accept donations and funding from corporations, giant corporations, then again the same thing would happen. Their work would be influenced, their work would be kind of disrupted and disturbed by these kind of corporations. Corporations are going to control their thinking, control their performance, and they will not be able to raise any kind of heckle or any kind of voice against the corporate world, which is dumping all kinds of chemicals everywhere on this planet. CFCs of their product, oceanic toxification is of their product, marine life threat is their product, soil erosion or soil pollution is also due to corporate world. They are dumping their toxic chemicals everywhere on the land, the sea, in the rivers, everywhere in the atmosphere. Now, if they accept any kind of money or any kind of donation from the corporations are going to have the leash of Greenpeace in their hand, and they are going to order them around. They are going to influence Greenpeace movement by their own vested interest. That is why they don't accept any kind of funding or donation from the government or from the corporate world. Point number 5. Purpose of Greenpeace is to mobilize public opinion against environmental destructive practices. They want to create a kind of awareness, mobilize the opinion of the people on this planet, 8 billion people on the planet, that, hey guys, be careful. Look, these companies and these governments have been destroying our habitat, destroying our home, and destroying the home of our posterity, our generation, our great-great-great-grandchildren. They are not going to leave this world for our grandchildren and great grandchildren, but they are trying to destroy this world by nuclear explosion, by nuclear war, by biological war, by chemical war, cluster war, by oxygen war, all kinds of wars, and as such, they are going to render this planet Earth not habitable but inhabitable. So they are actually creating a kind of awareness among the masses of the world that you also exert some kind of pestering, some kind of pressure upon these governments and these companies that they may refrain from all kinds of environmental destructive practices, and eventually we are going to have healthier, greener and peaceful planet. Planet is not destroyed by ordinary person, but by rich and super rich companies, rich and super rich individuals and governments experimenting all kinds of detrimental experiments mindlessly. So to prevent these classes of society, these people in the society who are actually posing a grave threat to our ecology. And without ecology, we just cannot survive. No flora can survive, no fauna can survive, no human can survive. We are not going to have future at all if we are not going to be mobilized, our opinion, by the efforts of the Greenpeace. All of us who are listening to this video must realize and mobilize, everyone mobilize his or her thoughts in the compliance of Greenpeace movement. And that is only the way we can take care of our planet and preserve it for our posterity, for our generation to come. Thank you very much. That's all the time we have. God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.